What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and each and every day, more and more people are speaking out against cancel culture, regardless of their fame, regardless of their background, regardless of their political opinions. They realize that this is not sustainable, that cancel culture is absolutely disgusting, and that eventually it will come for you. As soon as you step one toe out of line, one thing that you did that goes against the echo chamber, that goes against the grain, these people will turn on you. And Kevin Hart is the latest Hollywood celebrity to speak out about this. Take a look at the headline. Kevin Hart hammers cancel culture mob. Shut the F up. A-list Hollywood star Kevin Hart is the latest in a growing line of prominent comedians who've spoken out against cancel culture, saying people shouldn't be expected to live perfect lives. And of course, Kevin Hart is someone who just 2 years ago or so, he got canceled for a very short period of time. Let's be real, he's still making movies, he's still doing comedy, things like that. But when he fell under fire and ended up having to step out of hosting the Academy Awards over tweets that he made a decade before, that is when I think Kevin Hart probably first saw the real formation of cancel culture at work. In an interview with Britain's The Sunday Times, Kevin Hart said he personally doesn't give a shit about cancel culture, but then launched into an attack on the left-wing phenomenon. And I will say, they call it left-wing phenomenon. This is from Breitbart, so it's obviously going to be a little skewed. I will say, listen, I have seen from people that purport to be right-wing, purport to be against the left echo chamber. I've seen it from people in the right wing as well. Probably not as often, probably not as high profile, but I have seen it happen. So I just wanted to point that out. If somebody has done something truly damaging, then absolutely a consequence should be attached, Hart told the newspaper, according to a report. But when you just talk about nonsense, when you're talking, someone said they need to be taken down, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Hart says he's been canceled 3 or 4 times, but was, quote, never bothered by it. I imagine he was probably a little bit bothered when this happened. Kevin Hart out as Oscar host after refusing to apologize for his tweets. Yeah, it was the Oscars, not the Academy Awards, but I had to make that clear. And he eventually did publicly apologize for it. But it was for things that he said, again, back in 2009 and back in 2011. One of them, let me read this to you. This is one of the things that he got canceled for. Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm going to break it over his head and say in my voice, stop, that's gay. This is one of the things that he was canceled for. This is a comedian. This is a person making a joke. This is a person who's clearly being funny and clearly making a joke. But no, 2011, they try to cancel him over that. There's another one with a word that you're not allowed to say on YouTube. How dare you in 2009 say that word? These are the things we're talking about when we're talking about cancel culture. Right? And he had to go through a little period of a couple weeks here where he was like, listen, I've changed my ways. I've done all these things. The thing that they always make these people do, the things they try to make them say that we know there's really no meaning to them. It's just all this, hey, get out. You got to do it. You got to apologize, says the PR firm. When in reality, if he had just stood firm and been like, you know what? If you don't want me, I'm not hosting. I'm a comedian. I made jokes. I'm not proud of everything I've said, but come on, let's be real. I think people would maybe have had even more respect for him. The comedian became a target of a left-wing cancel mob when he was chosen to host the Academy Awards in 2019. Journalists unearthed old social media posts which Hart referred disparagingly to gay people. When the Academy asked him to apologize, Hart said he chose instead to step down, and he did. He just stepped down. And then the mob continued on. Why don't you apologize? Why don't you apologize? He eventually came out, and he did apologize. When did we get to the point where life is supposed to be perfect, the comedian told Sunday Times, where people were supposed to operate perfectly all the time? I don't understand. I don't expect perfection from my kids. I don't expect it from my wife, my friends, my employees. Because last I checked, the only way you grow up is from fucking up. I don't know a kid who hasn't fucked up or done some dumb shit. Hart says cancel culture has made comedians wary of expressing themselves freely. It really has. We've heard a lot from a lot of different comics. It shouldn't be a surprise that some of the most high-profile celebrities who have spoken out against this are the comedians. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Bill Burr, all people who have very much spoken out against it, all people that are comedians who then eventually, did other things in Hollywood as well. But it's very restrictive when you don't know what you're allowed to say 1 week to the next, when you don't know how you're supposed to refer to someone 1 month to the next. It's insane. You're thinking that things will come back and bite you in the ass. I can't be the comic today that I was when I got into this. He also said people need to lighten up because, quote, we forgot comedians are going for the laugh. You're not saying something to make people angry. That's not why I'm on stage. I'm trying to make you laugh. If I did not make you laugh, I failed. That's my consequence. And that is one thing that I've always said. Really, the only time it's a quote-unquote bad joke is when people aren't laughing at it and you get that immediate feedback. You're on stage and you realize that this joke absolutely bombed. That's how you realize that that's not a joke that you should be using. It shouldn't be if everyone is laughing and then a couple losers on Twitter decide to freak out over it. That's not something that you should cancel a joke for. If it's accepted, if it's funny, if people are laughing at it, and the only people that are freaking out is this 0.00001% of the population that lives on Twitter, you're probably okay. Other prominent comedians who have denounced cancel culture include Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Ricky Gervais. I forgot about Ricky Gervais, and Bill Burr. So you have Kevin Hart standing up and speaking out against these cancel culture fucks. Interested to hear what you have to say. What do you think about Kevin Hart speaking out against cancel culture? Yet another person coming out and bashing cancel culture. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.